Oh, brother, what a series that was. I really caught a little bit off guard by that, but very excited for Red. Thing was, Rise really, by the end there, completely disassembled, and we're starting to see this throughout the tournament. The teams that get knocked out, it's just like they completely fall apart almost. I mean, we already have Slasher tweeting out a free agent. Who's going to be next? Who from Rise is going to tweet that out, Joe?
A comment? I don't know. Honestly, this is a series. They choked games 2. They choked games 4. I was honestly on the desk ready to talk about how if you saw the guys from Red Reserve yesterday, if you saw their tweets about their reverse sweep against Luminosity when they got wrecked, like, I felt like they lost their tournament that day because they just came in today. It felt like the energy wasn't high, and then I have no idea how they pulled that off, but they pulled it off.
Well, part of it definitely has to be, and how much of a part do you think it was of Rise just completely imploding in on themselves?
I do think, I think Momo pointed out, it should have been the 3-0. That S&D, that same Reed Dumont, Rise should have won that. There was what the clutch. Rated had it, the 1v2, that it shouldn't have worked out because there was no time left on the clock, but somehow they pull off magic. But they take so long just to approach the bomb site already. 25 seconds left on the clock, and it's not like Joe gets a great opening. He falls rated, main AR, 0 time. At 21 seconds, they know where he is. He gets the kill at 18. 7.5 second defuse, and Methods runs away in the situation. This is what I don't understand. He backs up. He already knows Rated's near the bomb. If you're ever in a situation and you know you're going to have to check bomb, you have to be able to get there with 7.5. Yeah, you have to be able to get there with 7.5 seconds left on the clock. He doesn't get there until there's less than 6. It's 7.5 second fuse. You have to be able to check it by what? 8 on the clock. He was 2.5 seconds late, and it cost him. There's no excuses to not be in the correct situation there. Rated had 0 time. Rated had 1 play, and granted, he makes the right call. It's always a stone-cold move to just hop right on the bomb, but still, Rise should have just closed it out there.
I think it's even a tough call for Looney. Like, you get the 1 versus 2. Yes, he tries to invest the glide bomb, but, like, you have a 1v2 with 20 seconds left. He knows where you are. Do you just try to get away? You know, like, he tries to prone down and call the glide bomb in, but because he dies while calling it in, he can't track him, right? So I don't know if it's miscommunication where Methods is thinking, oh, the glide bomb's gonna get him. I'm gonna just go hide bottom restaurant and well, we're gonna win the round. And then it's like, oh, like he didn't get him. So he got caught in a very tough situation, but that was just, yeah, horribly played.
That was a lot of words, but there are a few words that we forgot to say. That was your play of the game, presented by Scuff. Thank you for that. You gotta get that in. You guys just went for it. You went right through to that play. Deservingly so, though. We obviously, we can talk about Rise choking until we're blue in the face. They choked. They're out of the tournament, and they melted. They absolutely melted. The thing that we need to talk about, though, is Red, because Red now, look, they're still in this. And you talked earlier about how they seem to always heat up in the lower portion of the bracket, in that loser's bracket. And do you think we're going to see more of that in the playoffs?
I mean, I guess, but every matchup's going to be so difficult for them, right? Because I think they have the loser of some other team that's going to come down, but it's not going to be an easy run in the slightest. Maybe they heat up, but they had to make magic happen, right? So another 2v3 situation that ideally they should have never win. Josh makes the perfect play, though, gets the pre-fry on Looney, but instantly traded out, and then Zero's position immediately revealed. He gets shot twice. Gunless has 1 play. He's got to rush him. And honestly, like, situationally, I think Gunless does the right thing. It's just Zero wins the perfect gunfight. Like, that to me is less of a collapse of Rises and a Red Reserve clutch.
He jumped behind the box that gives him positioning.
Wait, what are you saying? Oh, you mean he jumped out? Actually, yeah. I listened to their comps. He got the call that he was 1 shot, which seemed like it was true because 2 bullets were put into him, and it was a bullet off. That was all it was. It was just a bullet.
By the position.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, their comms, we heard quite a few things, Joe, up on the main stage.
Oh, we sure did, especially after game 4. They were raging. Gunless was raging at his entire team after game 4. You felt like after that one, they probably were going to lose the series, and they did.
Yeah, that is not something that can happen, especially up on the main stage when the stakes are that high. You're playing for your tournament lives, but Chance, I know that there was one more thing that we wanted to look at, one more thing from S&D that you wanted to highlight.
It's a combination of Rise Nation. I just don't know what they were doing. Joe, he waltzes up mid-map, gets through barrels, and then no one checks this. He even throws a nade. The nade should be enough to give his position away. He makes eye contact with Methods, and he just doesn't shoot him. Joe picks up a 2-piece, and then that essentially guarantees your round win. But, like, in what situation should a player ever at the start of the round be able to just walk through an open lane, but that's fine if you're stacked at A, but then make eye contact with someone and he just doesn't check it. Like someone just didn't watch that play. Like you have to have it covered. There should never be a situation, at least at the start of the round, where someone's able to just shoot 2 players in the back. Like, obviously, props to Joe. I think he had like 2 or 3 separate plays where he just runs through mid-map, goes on a flank, picks up some kills, and helps them win. But at the same time, like, Rise, like, what were they doing? Like, they have won a grand finals. They're a championship winner, and then they just make mistakes like that. Like, it was a collapse.
It's pretty entertaining as we jump in right now and look at the losers portion of the bracket. This feeling of watching teams lose in this tournament and going, we may never see that team play together again.
Yeah, we may not. I mean, and you wouldn't think that. Like, they just won Atlanta. Birmingham, they got top 3. It was respectable. They lost to a really hot Splice team in a game 5, round 11, whatever it was. And then here, you just thought they were going to bring it back, and they get destroyed yesterday by United. They did not look good at all. And then they just threw this series away. Those games 2 and 4, Red Reserve should not have won.
You just look at this right now and you say, if you end up in that losers bracket, not only are you going to be fighting for your tournament lives, but you're going to be fighting to keep your team together.